Hey everyone, it has been quite a while since I did a proper Let's Play, other than the Xenoblade one I'm currently doing as an old style one over on Tumblr. But Color Grave came out with a new game, so I figured let's go ahead and go through it. This game has us playing not as Belle, but we are still back in Ladamra. This is Claire a la mode. This game has us playing as a bunch of the side characters that we saw in Curse Crackers. We'll be able to play as a bunch of different ones. However, we have to unlock most of them. At the start, you can only choose between Claire, Resolve, or Madison. All of them have their own abilities, and I'll try to go through and show each of them. In addition, you do have the option to play this game two-player. It's two-player co-op, couch co-op, or you can use Steam Play Together. Now, as a note, I do believe through either of them, you technically may need one person is using a controller, one person is using a keyboard. I'm not fully sure on that, but that is unfortunately the one limitation it has right now. However, we'll go ahead and we'll start playing this game as the namesake, Claire. And let's find out what the plot of this game is. Fame and fortune await those capable of winning their region's Artizane. A celebration of artisans and their crafts to see who truly is the greatest of their age. And if you remember, one of the books in the Grevenfel library in Curse Crackers actually made mention of the Artizane. Which of course will be won by me, be the queen. I've brought all my fame, fortune, and friends down on your precious little city, which, thanks to my friends at the bank, is basically all mine now. Do you really think any of you stand a chance, peasants? Face me if you dare, the greatest patron of the arts! My voice is cracking. I am going to apologize ahead of time. I will probably not keep voices consistent through this. I will do my best, and I am sorry you have to listen through my horrible voice acting. Anyway, many regions and creators have fallen to B's oppressive clout. But here in Grevenfel, friends, rivals, and miscreants have come together with one purpose: to prove her little empire is half-baked. What if we adjusted the recipe just so? Ooh, yes, this will be perfect. Perfect? Oh, no. I'm gonna ruin it. This is too much pressure. Resolve has a little bit of a self-worth issue, unfortunately. Oh my gosh. Stop worrying. We just have to bake a couple of dumb cakes. The others got the hard jobs. But what if we mess up? If we lose before the finals, it ruins everything. This crazy chick couldn't make a bad cake if she tried. Everything's going to be perfect. Right, Claire? Yes, that looks just right. You two ready? I think Claire did not pay any attention to the conversation that was happening around her. Together, we'll serve that bee a perfectly sweet defeat. And thus, we are into the game. Now, I will try to cycle through the characters because who you currently play as will change some dialogue that you have with various NPCs. Speaking of which, let's see what everyone has to say to Claire. You ready, Resolve? I know this is probably a lot of pressure for you. At least, I think so. I only just started this job, but I won't let you down. I won't mess it up. I promise. Just be sure to turn off the oven before we leave. Oh, right. Of course. I won't forget. Yeah, this oven is gigantic. The entrance into it is 2 Claires high. And it's very big on top of that. And it looks like it could go even... This is a gigantic thermometer for no good reason. Anyway, let's talk to Madison. And as a note, Madison was in Curse Crackers. She's actually one of the people you can play cards against in the prize house. Are you done tinkering with your recipes yet? Almost. We have 5 rounds to worry about. We can't just serve the same thing for every round. Don't worry, our entries will be perfect. Yeah. You worry about the baking. I'll handle the rest. And, put out any fires Resolve starts. Madison does, not have... Well, she doesn't... She ribs on Resolve, who I believe is supposed to be her friend, but Madison's really not. She maybe ribs on Resolve a little too much. Don't forget to turn off the oven on our way out, Resolve. Oh, right, of course. I won't forget. Hopefully, she actually doesn't forget. As I mentioned before, that's a giant oven. You good? You're shaking. I'm great. I'm fine. Everything is okay. Definitely not worried about messing up and dooming the whole island and its people under Bee's thumb forever. Yeah, you sound great. Yeah, Resolve, as I mentioned, isn't the most self-confident. How we doing, Fire Hazard? Fine, I think. Are you sure this is going to be okay? I haven't ever done anything like this before. I thought a job in a bakery would be easy. I'm sure it'll be fine. We just need to let Claire do her thing and make sure people play fair. I think that might be one of the nicest we'll see Madison talking to Resolve. She likes kind of ribbing on her friend. Are we ready yet? I'm itching to get this over with. We can't rush it, Maddie, or we might make mistakes. Slow and steady will win this race. What kind of race can you win by going slow? Sometimes you gotta go slow in speedruns. I'm working here. Look, you can bother us all you want. This and all the other properties in Grevenfel are foreclosed on. We can't help that someone bought all the debt. Just accept your new lot in life. No, why did you sell the debt? Y'all know you're really the only shot Grevenfel has, right? She really seems unstoppable. Some of us are counting on you. Someone has to put a stop to her reign at some point. And that shall be us, I guess. Also, if you remember, Claire had mentioned she wanted to buy this place, and she managed to actually buy it. So, that worked out. Anyway, hey, Chime and Emma. Chime, where's Belle? Chime, why you're not with Belle? This might be a problem. I'm sure it's fine. Anyway, that mean bee lady took all my friends. Mom didn't let them take me, though. Hurry up and save Grevenfel so you can bake me more bread. Chime and I are cheering for you. What's amusing about that is, Carolyn is actually, originally from another Color Grave game, Prodigal. I'll get to properly playing that as an LP later. Yes, I've done it on stream, but proper LPs are a little bit better. Well, a little bit different. But in that game, she loved having just bread. So I find it amusing that her daughter is, like mother, like daughter. This Be the Queen certainly is full of herself. Some of her goons thought they could push us around. Guess she didn't know who she was messing with. She's nothing like the tyrant we have back home. If my husband were here, he could beat this windbag by himself. Y'all got this easy. I keep forgetting she also has a little bit of a southern accent. But, yeah, everything except for, Claire's little, bakery shop here is, unfortunately foreclosed on. Even the hospital. Even the night barracks. Which, well, we can get up there using Claire's special ability. If you press the left base button, I know there's a keyboard button for it, but I play on controller. I don't know what the keyboard button is. But anyway, if you press it, you can make various baked goods or bombs. Sometimes she has a bomb. But you can throw it left, you can throw it right, you can throw it up, and you can throw it down. And if you throw it down after jumping, you can get yourself a little bit more height. So let's see what's going on in the barracks. And, unfortunately, no one's in the barracks. I mean, it has been foreclosed on, but there is this note left here. A reminder that we are unable to engage another titled without direct orders from Sigrid. Be the Queen and her underlings are to be left untouched until told otherwise. So yeah, this note is just there to kind of let you know why Cole and the other knights that we saw, unfortunately, kind of can't do anything. This is why it's up to all of us. Well, up to Claire, Madison, and Resolve at least. But let's go head into the Artizane and say hi to Be the Queen and her entourage that just knocks us all around because they're jerks. What do you have to say about this? That fat fella sure cleared a path quick. So, that's Be the Queen, huh? That doesn't seem like the kind-hearted spirited charity I heard about. Almost seems rigged with how many teams are associated with her. Just head on through that door to the competition. To begin the competition. Good luck in the Artizane. I certainly will be cheering for you. Well, I'm glad for that. Anyway, let's head on down. And just like with Curse Crackers, you get yourself a nice little tutorial screen. Bottom face button is jump. Left face button, as I mentioned, is use your special ability. Right face button is pick things up. And I don't think the top face button does anything offhand. But yeah, you can use the pickup button to pick things up like this marble. At least, I think it's supposed to be a marble. You can use it to break blocks, as you see there. And, well, there are some coins and hearts to pick up. Hearts are your lives, as you would expect. As you see in the upper corner, we currently have 9. We'll get more into that later. But, along with grabbing things, you can also grab, I don't know what to call this, basically levers. Anyway, you can grab those and interact with them. There will be places where you'll have to do this, because this game has a bunch of little mini games in it. And this is where you learn about your special ability. Each of the characters has a different version of this room, so I'll go through each of them. First, let's start with Claire. As I mentioned, she makes pastries. The pastries can break blocks. However, sometimes she will pull out a bomb. It is supposed to be a low chance. There we go. And that bomb can kill you. Be careful if you have that bomb. You do not want to throw the bomb down, and you do not want to throw the bomb in an area that you're going to go to, or else you will lose a life. Resolve's ability is she gets a nice little up attack. Anything above her will end up dying, and she gets a few iframes with this, but you can use it with jump to get yourself some height. Madison's ability is make a little bubble. You can use it to get a little bit of extra height, sort of like Resolve's, not that much, but the key thing, as you can see here, it can break blocks below you. But, as I'm talking about it, with that, we are out of here. And we will have 3 medals: coin, time, and death medals. Now that we are in stage 1, there are also 13 collectibles to pick up in each stage. The first are these deeds. There are 10 of them in every stage, and you know, we kind of want to get the deeds to Grevenfel back, that way B doesn't have them. You know, it's a nice simple thing. Now this isn't a collectible, but we have butter. This grass-fed butter is an invincibility item. If you have played Super Mario, or really a lot of platformers, it does what you expect. You no longer take damage when you run into enemies. However, it is short-lived. Also, you know, there's just going to be some not obvious, but also sometimes very obvious breakable blocks. If you've done platformers before, you know what to expect. And as I go through, I will try to label the deeds with a number, just to help people if they're missing one. the number I show may not match the number of the deed on the final stage end screen. I will try to do what I can for that, but unfortunately, I know that they don't always line up one-to-one. And here we have our first reason why we have different characters. These star blocks. Unfortunately, as you see, not even with the bomb can Claire open these. Nope, these are blocks for resolve. And before we quickly go over and show that, as a note, as you saw, if you die, you just go back to the last door that you entered. There's really no big penalty for dying. You do just, right now, I can only take 17 hits before we game over, and game over just means, okay, you have to do the stage you were last on again. This game gives you a ton of lives. Don't feel bad if you die. So yeah, resolve with her ability. You just go up and grab that book. And what I did right there is a little bit of a forbidden technique. I'll go more into detail of it later. But yeah, just jump and use her ability, and you can get it normally. So that's how you get the book with resolve. As you see, I don't have it right now, but that's is also just to sort of explain why even though I will try to show where all the collectibles are, the end screen may not match what I actually collect within my showing of each stage.
People of Grevenfel, I, Be the Queen, am so thankful for your cooperation in hosting this year's Artizane. Now I know many of you are upset with your evictions, but do not worry, we want what is best for you and your island. Following Artizane, please look forward to a job fair to see how you can best work for me, your future loving leader.
So yeah, Bee's gonna taunt us throughout the level. If you don't want to listen to her, you can always just go right through the door and ignore her. Or if you want to take your aggression out, you can break the TV. If you do it while she's talking, you interrupt the entire speech. I'm gonna let the speeches play out though. That way you get a little bit more context as to what's going on. Also, to make things a little bit clearer, though you have a bunch of different characters you can play as, you cannot change what character you are playing as mid-stage. There are ways to change characters in between stages, though when you play through this the first time, you will probably not be able to do that. Well, you will, but the game will just naturally progress through the stages. Now, you also have things like this, whereas I cannot easily get at this. This, as you saw with Resolve, is much easier to grab with her. And you do want to be careful. There will be times whereas if you progress too far, you can't go back and grab it. So, yes, you can go back and grab it, you just have to replay the stage, but that's what I mean of well, I can't go back anymore, I will have to replay the stage to grab that deed, unfortunately. And as I said, yes, you may run out of lives, but there are so many lives. Don't feel bad if you run out of lives. This game is honestly very forgiving overall. And in between each stage, we'll have armadillo statues that we can take a break at and have our characters self-reflect a little bit. What a terrible person to take something like Artizane and make it about yourself. Taking hostages, evicting people, using force to push out all competition. She ruins Artizane, takes my friends and neighbors. I'll make sure she regrets it. I thought a bakery job would be no big deal, but now, somehow, I'm wrapped up in the fate of the whole city. Everything else in my life till now has been a disaster. Surely this time will be different. Wait, did I turn off the oven before we left? Oh God, Resolve. Oh God. I hope you turned off the oven. This is such a drag. I wanted to be on one of the other teams, hounding some people. Then again, someone has to keep an eye on Claire and Resolve. Not like they can protect themselves. Whatever. Let's get this over with. Now, let's head on, and we've got another deed here. Thankfully, yeah, it's not too bad to get, though if you break these blocks, you may want to just get it with resolve when you come back through the level later. Also, as a note, actually, I'm pretty sure there are 0 pits that you have to fall through to get anything in this game. The developer does not like having pits have items in it unless there is a tell that you should go into said pit. So don't worry if you can't find something. It's never going to be in a pit. Now it could be above the stage, but you never have to go. You never have to risk death pits. We also will have every single level a minigame challenge. Something's going haywire with the oven, and I can't bring it up to temp. My cake will be ruined. Well, we've got a little pump here, so let's help bring the oven up to temperature, though the oven definitely has a problem. It is spitting fire at us as we try to help. But help out whatever challenge the minigame has, and they give you 1 of the 10 deeds for the level. Really? You helped when we're opponents? You've got such a kind heart. Indeed, Claire really does have a kind heart. Bomb. I do not know if the bomb will explode if you hold on to it too long. I never have held on to it for that long. And just like with Resolve, here is a Masson block. So if you remember, Maddie's ability, this little bubble, breaks blocks below, and very specifically will break these bubble blocks. So let's get the Ardell Rose. So with that, we've described 12 of the 13 collectibles that you need.
Do you fools have any idea who you're picking a fight with? Be the Queen has never lost an Artizane. Say you make it to her, and by some miracle win. Then what? You think with all her power and resources, it's over? Your city, your people, and your dreams belong to us now. Your only hope is to submit.
So yeah, he's a little bit of a jerk. It won't happen for every stage, but at least through the cake stages, you'll get taunted by the boss mid-level a little bit. And the bane of every time I play Curse Crackers, especially when I speedrun, vertical stages. Honestly, they're not that bad unless you're trying to go too fast. These gumball machines, on the other hand, they are my bane. They have caused me so many issues when I try to go through this, when I tried going through this game at any amount of speed. Now, if you remember Curse Crackers, especially with the golden tickets, there were fake walls that you had to break. Well, what do you think about this weird texture here? Yep, fake wall. And it brings us to the last type of collectible that we need to get in each stage. This is a cursed object. You know, kind of fitting given the room has all sorts of seals and ominous music. And is that blood or malice dripping down? Anyway, let's just take it and get out of here. I'm sure there will be no repercussions at all for handling this cursed object.
Hey, you guys, you're doing great. Win for all of us. Here, take this.
So yeah, each time you end up reaching this point in the cake team stage, you'll end up meeting someone who will be cheering you on or jeering at you. I'm gonna do my best to try to show what each of them have to say.
This is Donna Prima coming to you with breaking news. We are getting information that the Bank of Grevenfel has been totally emptied, and it has the bankers in chaos with the perpetrators nowhere in sight. The main suspect is believed to be known supercriminal Bonnie Fell. She was seen wearing the uniform of Sigrid's elite, which we believe she stole to escape her imprisonment in Hyrane. This will be the first known escape from Hyrane since its creation, and has the people terrified. Stay tuned for the latest and make sure you aren't in the path of her known destructive tendencies. Thanks for watching Grevenfel News.
Oh, that's Maddie's team! You're going down, Maddie! No way you can take Rory! Rory rules! Rory! Rory! Rory!
Can you chill out?
Can you fire up?
My, look at these little upstarts. What do you think, Aura? What are their chances? B has hostages, money, and talents on her side. There you go, underestimating the underdog again. It's a good way to get bitten as I see it.
Onwards to Battle 1 of... I forget how many rounds there are. Ah, bomb! Anyway, as you saw right there, another fake wall right here. Now, this is admittedly easier to get with the other members of the team. For Claire, you kind of have to position yourself a little bit, whereas you fall off as you throw. But, hey, we have ourselves another deed. Just run over to grab it if you can. I haven't actually talked about this yet. So, you hold the trigger to run. Pretty easy, but you are very slippery as you run. Like, it's hard to show, but once you let go, you keep your momentum. So you do need to be a little bit careful. You don't have to run all the time. But also, it'll be easier to show with running. There's a little bit of coyote time, whereas after you come off of a edge, even though you're in the air, you can still get your jump. So if you play Donkey Kong Country and you've done Diddy or Donkey Kong's rolling off a cliff and then jumping when you're in midair, it's the same sort of thing. Anyway, on to the first boss, and as it says, remember, you can hold things with this. So, you're the other team of fools who dare to challenge Be the Queen. I mean, it's nice to have hopes and dreams, but in your case, I wouldn't bank on it. Bank on it. Funny. Enough talk. It's time for you to taste defeat. So this boss is a match 3 challenge. The goal is for you to match 3 balls before he can. And it's match 3, just like it's Connect 4. It's Connect 4, but it's Connect 3. So you connect them in any way you want. In addition, however, if, say, you have it stacked all the way, a bomb will hit both of you. But if you jump right before the bomb hits the floor, as I did right there, you're fine. You're fine. You can dodge the bomb. And as you saw on the screen there are going to be 3 medals you can get per stage. One is a coin medal for, I believe, collecting 100 coins in the stage. Second is a speed medal, self-explanatory. Go through the stage fast enough, and you get that medal. And the third is a deathless medal. If you go through the stage and never die once, you get that medal. Now that we are done with the stage, though, let's get everyone's thoughts on what just happened. Hey, not bad. Figure Maddie already gave you the scoop on your next opponent, right? Rory's a bit of a rowdy one. Loves to be loud, play pinball, and shoot off fireworks. Definitely not a good fit for a baking competition, but hey, she made it through round 1 somehow, right? I mean, yeah? What a waste of time. So much for rigging the competition. This is going to be a breeze. Even if Resolve screws up, we'll be fine. Really? We should take this seriously until the end, Maddie. B is entitled for a reason. She has enough power and influence to stand amongst the 7 most powerful people in the world. Yeah, so if you remember in Curse Crackers, yeah, the titled are, there's only 7 titles to go around. Oh, so we're doomed regardless. It's going to be perfect. We have everything we need. are you doing, though, Resolve? Feeling a little better with a win under your belt, Resolve? I'm not sure. Mazin said he was just a grunt. It is only going to get harder from here, right? If I make any mistakes, then... Uh-oh, Resolve. Better not mess up. Maddie. Yeah, Maddie, loves to poke fun at her friend. Hey, Resolve, how you doing?
So, what's your deal anyway? You just decided to come down from the moon and do some baking?
Well, it's just that...
Geez, relax, alright? Last thing we need is you freezing up. Claire sure was crazy to hire the two of us. And then again, borrowing money from that shifty merchant woman instead of the bank seemed to work out.
It's amusing that borrowing money from Eleanor apparently worked out. But then again, you know, Eleanor, she's you know how she's being shifty.
You've made it this far, so don't let her down, alright?
Poor Resolve.
You're looking stressed.
Be the queen, twisting Artizane to serve her goals has really left a sour taste in my mouth. So many people looking forward to the competition were forced out so she could flood it with her lackeys. Using hostages and money to leverage against them? What a dirty trick. At least your siblings are safe at the bakery.
Sure. Well, I just wanted to say thanks for letting the little dorks crash there.
Ah, Maddie, you have a soft side. Hey, Maddie, you doing okay?
Hey, you didn't do half bad out there. Way to not crash and burn.
Oh, thank you. Though I worry about what lies ahead.
Well, you set the building on fire. Let's at least hope B gets caught in it.
I'll do my best.
Hold on. You know that's a joke, right? It's like you're from another world, I swear.
I mean, Maddie, she's from the moon. She kind of almost is. You've really been improving, Resolve. I knew hiring you wasn't a mistake. I remain unconvinced. My favorite dress still smells like smoke. Even I've burned plenty of cakes. You have to make mistakes to learn. You've made mistakes?
What? Wait, hold on. Do you think this crazy chick never made a mistake?
Maybe? Ah, poor Resolve.